Hello everyone and welcome back to the Aurora Racing League. We are here for round 4 for the Hungarian Grand Prix with your host here, the Piney Penguin. So I think we've got 12 drivers in today's session. I didn't quite look because I was rushing to get home because I was out. Yep, we got 12 people in today's session. So we're going to start off with qualifying. We'll see who is going to be first out onto track. So just about 18 minutes of this session. I've got one person leaving the garage. Got a few people leaving the garage. I can see 4 cars at the end of the pits. 5 cars, I think. Got Mac out. We got, I believe this is Hopeless Ferrari fan. Is also out. It's either Quest or Quiet. We'll just call him Quest. It makes more sense. Also got Koi's out. Got NK out. Well, got Rasmussen Clapman also out on track. I got Mona too. Probably so gonna ride on board of course. Either be Koi's or Max. So Max the first one to start a lap. We should probably not that one. That one. There we go. Look like Max gonna be the first one to set a lap here at the almost called this Portuguese track now, but it's not. We're at the Hungary ring. So obviously the Hungary ring is a bit of a challenging circuit, but it's less challenging than Saudi Arabia, which the drivers are at last week. And I don't know why, but the Hungary ring just reminds me of a fish. And more specifically, probably a swordfish, if you think about it, which is kind of cool. So, riding on board with the Hassie of Mac Official, because they'll be the first one across the line, and then I think it'll be Koi's will be the next one across the line, and then a McLaren of Rasmussen Clapman. Freaking hell, I'm losing speech today. I do apologise. Right. So here we go then. Mr. Mac Official, going to be the first one across the line. Dearest flying up across the line. Benchmark is a 115. Go straight down to Koi's, who's next across the line. Is 6 times faster, and then we go straight to Mr. Clapman, who's going to be next across the line. How much faster than Koi's? Only a tenth. Only a tenth faster, and I believe the next one is Hopeless Ferrari fan. They're across the line, but 17.0. Start. I believe the next one is Williams. NK goes faster, and then I assume the next one is Mona. Out the last corner, across the line, 17.2. The next one will be a Ferrari, and this is the Ferrari of Reina. Unfortunately, Reina's teammate Lucas is not here today. It's a weird way. Oh, is this when I was talking about the Hungary ring being a fish? So Reina up to P3. Apollo Creed has just started their lap, and so is Gazelle. But Gazelle's right behind. Yeah. But like, it does though, doesn't it? If you think about, if you think about it, it does, doesn't it? Like, like, if you think about it, it does look like a fish. Looks like Apollo Creed's going that slow that Gazelle's gonna catch them through this lap. What? You can't? Like, look at the back bit here where the back straight is in the last couple corners and the first few corners. That's clearly the tail. And like, if you look at it, the chicane here in the Sector 2 section, and then you got the long left, the left and the right here. This right corner, that you can say that's the mouth opening. And to me it looks more like the swordfish because of the pointy bit on the nose. It just reminds me of a fish. I don't know what it is, it just does. Anyway, Apollo Creed does a 15.7 and Gazelle up to P3 with a 15.1. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Isaac was on a lap, but they've invalidated it. That is unfortunate. Is Rasmussen doing another lap here? Maybe a fish with a horn, maybe one fish. Yeah, okay, it's not. Into the box. Maybe a fish with yeah. I'm sorry, it's just how my brain thinks, okay? It's how my brain thinks. Just how my brain thinks. Right, so pretty much everyone's done their laps. Except for Quiet, Nate and Isaac Racer. Isaac is currently in the pits. Nate is on an out lap about to start their lap. And West is in the chicane right now. You know, I'm just going to call him Q for short. We'll just call him Q. Right. Oh, and they've invalidated. Oh dear. We'll go right on board with Nate then. Because Nate is on a lap. On a lap. Q is just bailed out and into the pits. We've got Mona, Hopeless Ferrari fan, NK, Mac, and Mr. Clapman all back out on laps. Apollo. Oh, Apollo's actually on a lap. Ahead of Nate. So actually, Apollo's going to be next across the line, actually. We'll see. And obviously, Mac has just crossed the line now to start their next lap. So we'll have to see. Will Apollo go faster? They set a 15.7. They're second off the pace. Up to the line to come. It's only a tenth faster, but it does move them above their teammate for the time being. Nate will be the next one across the... Oh. Nate, your car is not a lawnmower, sir. So Mac will be the next one across the line then, I guess. To finish their lap. They were half a tenth up in the first split. Let's see. Fast in the next one. Maybe not, because we're all over the curb and off the road completely. Well, that's that lap in the bin for them. So who'll be the next one across the line? It'll be Mona? Yeah, it'll be... Oh, almost a big side, but 3/10 up they are. So Nate does a 1:30.1. So they'll probably go for another lap more. Oh, now round in the last corner. What's it going to be for the Sauber driver? Across the line now. It's a 5/10 improvement, which does take them, does take them above Hopeless Ferrari fan. Who is... Nate is not on the lap. Who's going to be next across line? Hopeless Ferrari fans validated. NK is not on a push lap. Oh. Clapman goes how much faster was it? I think only a little bit, but not much faster. Gazelle's just started a lap. Rayna's on a lap. Mac is invalidated. NK will about to start a lap. One has finished one. Opus Farifan went a tenth and a bit faster, but invalidated. Still waiting for Q and Isaac to set laps. They are following each other into turn 1. The right on board of lap. I think they get a lap here. No. Next to a cross line will actually be, in fact, Rayna. I've not looked at who the championship. Actually, no, championship. Okay, Rayna has definitely gone faster because they've gone above Gazelle. Oh, Q's done a decent lap up into P2. 14.9. Clapman's gone another tenth faster. God damn it, this man is kind of quick. Isaac's finally done a lap. They've done a 17.1. Because I've been too busy looking at the championship standings. I've been... I actually thought it was Kois who was championship leader, but it's not actually Rayna. Rayna is current championship leader. Then it's Kois, then Clapman, then Gazelle, and Lucas. Totally no pro. Okay. Just over 5 minutes left of the session. Isaac all over the road. Right. I don't think anyone's going to be really... I don't... We've got NK and Apollo going to set laps. Apparently NK had purple first sector. Apollo next set a lap on board of Apollo. See if they go faster here in this last sector. And it's a 15-0. Very nice. Puts them up to 5. And faster. 4 times faster, but still... puts them ahead of Mac. Back in a little bit. They're down in 7th. Oh, Nate's done another lap since. He's done a 60 lap. Boys. Rena's still in the pits. They're still in the pits. Back into the pits. Nice to scroll through who's on laps and where they are. Turn 1. Apollo's coming around the last corner, but probably bot. Ferrari fan. Oh yeah, and followed by Quest. Thank you. Very nice slip purple middle sector. Put that comes up on their best time. Probably helps from getting a lot of switching from the Mercedes driver. And the last corner, a bit wide by the look of it. A 10th down in 2 tenths down in the end. 5 tenths in the last corner there. That's kind of huge. Got Coys on a lap. Coys will be next across the line. Everyone else. Oh no, Coys push lap. Now he's gonna push. Where's Rainer then? Goals on our NK is not improved for their quality. Five seconds of action. Looks like Mr. Clapman here. Go even faster. Up to the line now. It's almost a 4/10 game. So it's now a 14.2 is currently the best lap time. What a lap. Isaac started a lap. Into the pits. Got Coys on a lap. Purple middle sector apparently. Comes up. Not mucking up in these last couple corners. Could be close to pole. Have to see. Up to the line comes Boys. Big improvement up to P2. 3 tenths. Gonna check a flag as well as Apollo. Boys pretty much just showing a check. Rasmus map. This Mac is invalidated, so their quality is done. It's on a lap. On a lap. Not improving. They're done. Isaac's on lap and improving. Drive is improving. On board of Isaac. At the last corner. Some front wing drops onto the track. 4/10 game. Still last. Hopeless Ferrari fan. Up to the line. Can they move their position? No. They've just time. Warner's not really on a lap. Let's see what Nate took in. The last one to cross the line. See how much Nate. Oh yeah, definitely. And Nate up to the line. It's 6/10 improvement, which puts him at P8. Yeah. This Mr. Clapman here is very, very quick. Very, very We're waiting to be pushed in. Waiting for the Salber to be. Then move on. But 14. That's 3 times faster than Quiz. That is a big margin. That is a big margin. There you have it. Rasmus and Chapman start on pole. Boys will join him on the front row. Then Reina will P3, Q P4, Polo and Gazelle share the third row. NK and Nate are on the fourth. Makamono on the fifth. And Hopeless Ferrari fan and Isaac on the sixth row, but Isaac will start at the back. Now it's time to place your bets. Place your bets. Who? Drivers are now finalising setups and their race strategy. To get obviously, I always forget this. Oof. For the formation. So we'll have to see what McLaren man can pole position. Pit boys will probably try and pressure him a bit. Really fair. Damn, I missed. Oh, they're also doing the Hungarian Grand Prix. Nice. So there's possible race strategies on the board, but I don't think. Oh, this would be a 35 lap race. I think normal Hungarian Grand Prix 100% is like 70 laps, so 35 laps of racing. So I would assume that the medium tire. Most people start on the medium. Probably look about that actually. Yeah, we've got pretty much everybody start on the mediums unless you are Nate, then you're on the hards. The first. The opposite to everyone else. So I think probably you're gonna pit around. Probably around lap 15, I would think. 15. Off the mediums and onto the hards. But unless you're going to like lap 20, 20. So I have to see what everyone does. Everyone's now in position. Lights are on. I'm in a bit of a bad camera angle again. 5 lights are on, and away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Looks like it's a good getaway for the pole sitter. Got a lot of movement further back. It looks like Reina's got a decent start. Gonna try to go around the outside of Koi's at turn 1, but they're a bit deep. Koi's keeps the move, but Q's gonna try and get up the inside on the inside, which will then become the outside for turn 2 here. All the way around the outside, Q goes round Reina. And then we'll get the inside Q up into the podium places ahead of Reina. There's quite a few moving further back. Ona's dropped to the back of the grid. Isaac's jumped up places. So Hopeless Ferrari fan. Nate's gone backwards a little bit, but that's not surprising for Nate because he's on the harder of the two compounds. So the top two, as they were, Hughes got past Reina. Let's just have a quick look at position changes. So Isaac's made 4 places on his first lap. Max made 3, and the biggest losers are NK and Nate, who both lost 3 places. Gazelle's up a place. Hopeless Ferrari fans up past the, well, trying to get past Isaac, but didn't quite get it. And looks like Nate's gone past NK, so Nate's back up place. The Clapman sets fastest lap of the race, so 21.3. Looks like Isaac has dropped out of DRS of Apollo. And Reina's also dropped out of DRS of Q. Managed to keep within DRS, managed to keep within Boys. Boys is keeping well inside Clapman. But, oh, and who was that off in the background? That was the Hopeless Ferrari fan is off in the background. Yeah, we're getting some gaps forming now. Top 3 are just like bolting away from Reina. But I don't think the championship leader is. I think is struggling around the Hungary ring here. They just seem to be dropping not got the pace here. Looks like they are struggling. Who's that off in the background? That is Apollo. Apollo is slightly wide. Looks like Hopeless Ferrari fan's going to go down the inside of Isaac into the third to last corner of this thing. Oh, but they've lagging all over the road and lagged on top of Isaac, who's then pushed Nate backwards a little bit. Nate is now alongside DRS assist. Should be an easy move for the Aston Martin down into turn 1. Looks like they got the move done. Up into P9 goes Nate. Oh, but a bit deep. Oh, and Isaac's had a somewhat spin. Oh, and NK has also had a bit of a spin. So Mona just gets 2 free places. Isaac's falls to the back, and NK falls further behind. But surprisingly, Koi's and Q are keeping up with Mr. Clapman here. But Reina is really struggling now and has just dropped miles back. 2.4 is their gap to Q. So they're pretty much holding up Gazelle, Mac and Apollo, who are keeping up with them. Obviously, Hopeless Ferrari fan will want to try and keep Nate behind, but Nate is pretty quick, so Nate will probably go flying past the Mercedes. Mercedes is a little wider, just decides to let Nate through. It's just not going to fight that, so Nate can now push on, try to catch Apollo on the back of Max on the back of Gazelle, who's on the back of Reina. Let's see if Gazelle's quite far back here. They will catch up quite a bit with the DRS on this main straight. Only 2 DRS sections on this track. You got the main one on the main straight, and then you got this one between turn 1 and 2. This DRS straight is not very big at all. And we got a spinner in the background. It looks like Apollo has binned it and lost their front wing. You're in neutral, mate. You're in neutral. I think he's well, virtual safety cars deployed, but I think the full safety car has now been called because Apollo just couldn't move, so he's now finally going. So safety car will bring this grid back up to the thing. But I think the safety car was called because Apollo loses his entire front wing, and I think was beached in the grass, possibly. So it's a bit early in this race to be changing tyres, so we're gonna have a look at what the position changes are at the minute. But it doesn't look like anyone's really gonna go into the pits. Unless, oh no, Reina, Gazelle and Mac all going for a change. All three of them going into the pits. I wonder. Set hards onto the Ferrari. Yep, set hards. Gazelle's probably going to do the same. And Mac is also going to shove up set hards onto. So both of them are going to go down quite a bit. So top three as they were. Nate has now gained a few places and back up into. Well, has now gained 4 places from where they started. Opus Ferrari fans gained 6 from where they started. Owner 4. NK's back where they started. Obviously, Reina and Gazelle have lost to places. Then we've got Mac and then Isaac and Apollo also in the pits. Also for and obviously Apollo's good from. So 5 stoppers are all at the back, so they're gonna have fresher rubber. So everyone's got full lap, all tyres unless you're Reina down to Apollo, then you all have fresh hards. So probably they'll have to stop it again because these hards I don't think will last 30 laps. I don't think so anyway. So just pretty much waiting now for Isaac and Apollo to catch up, so safety car will not be in the lap because obviously it's all just picked up the leaders. They'll probably come in at the end of the next lap. I'll have to see. Oh, but Isaac crashed. What has Isaac done? Oh, has he just retired on track or? I don't know what has Isaac done. Don't know if they've crashed. If they've retired on track. Oh, don't tell me he's had this bug where he's DC'd and his car has just retired him. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. For the Sauber driver. That means we've only got now 11 runners in the race, so only one person will not pick up points at the end. Obviously, safety car should probably be in at the end of the lap because everyone is now caught up. Yep, there we are. Right, so safety car has been called in. Mr. Clapman will pace the grid in sector 3. Obviously, Nate might struggle a little bit because he's on the harder compound tyre. But we'll have to see how Nate. Obviously, this race will probably go towards Nate. When does Clapman decide to go? Bigger question. Not gone yet. Still not gone. Now he's gone. Away we go. But people at the back are just. People at the back. Don't know if Reina overtook. I think he did. Reina tried to get a sneaky overtake onto NK and doesn't get it. But we'll try to overtake round the outside at turn 1. And we'll hold the inside line for turn 2. And looks like the Ferrari man will have that move done. Yep, up into 7th goes Reina. Looks like Gazelle's going to try and make a bit of an ambitious move round the outside at turn 4. Oh, we've got Rasmussen off the road. Oh, what's happened to Rasmussen? Man is just completely off the track. Has the McLaren man made a mistake, or was there contact between him and Coys? not entirely sure. Koi's went a little bit off the road there. Has Koi's got damage? No, he has not got damage. So Hopeless Ferrari fan has gone back past Nate. Looks like Reina has got past Mona, and Giselle with very good overtake up to P7. Try to get past Mona down into turn 1. We'll be on the power, on the battery, all that battery up. Trying to get the move done into turn 1 on the inside. Easy move there for the Gazelle. Apollo and Mac are fighting over 9th. Also, see Rasmussen trying to get back. But looks like Mac is trying to get NK as well as trying to fend off Apollo there. Looks like Helpless Ferrari fan has also dropped 2 seconds off the back of Q. Still on the back of Koi's. So, for the time being, until Rasmussen gets through this field, I wonder what's happened to Rasmussen. Did they just get too much onto the curb? At turn, what is it, 5? Yeah, turn 5. He got ran too much, took too much curb at turn 5 and span off the road. But we're not entirely sure what's happened there. Sorry, got a little bit of frog in my throat there. So, looks like NK and Mac are fighting again. Looks like Mac is trying to get down the side of NK into the final corner. We'll have DRS on the Williams. We'll get the move down into turn 1. Batman was thinking about the move past Apollo, but fought against it. So Koi still leads this race with right behind him, but 3 seconds back is Hopeless Ferrari fan. Reina has now past Nate for P4, and Gazelle is going to be the next one to try and pass Nate. But I don't think Nate will really fight them much because brand new tyres. Apollo's the first person to pick up 3 seconds for track limits, and we've got Mac in the wall. And safety car has been called out again for the 2nd time in this race. I wonder what's happened to Mac then. Have they just gone straight on into the wall, or was there some contact? So now the bigger question is, will people who are on 8-lap old tyres decide to pit for those hards? It's the bigger question. But I don't. So we are on lap 9 of 35, and the safety car has now come out again. Boys doesn't, so Q stays out. Hopeless stays out. Nate is in off on the hard tyre. Mona's also in. NK and Apollo's in. Oh, that's why Apollo's got. Oh no, has Apollo got a wing? I don't know if Apollo's got a wing. Rasmussen just gets some free places. Yeah, just change of tyres for all of them. Obviously Nate's onto Apollo. So Mr. Clapman gets a lifeline gets given a lifeline. Gets all places for free with Nate, Mona, NK, and Apollo all pitting. Very interesting that they would pit. Especially Nate though. That man was only on 9-lap old hards. It's interesting that Nate pit. So yeah. So right now, the biggest gainer so far in this race is CL Fan, who has gained 8 places in this race. So they must have started P11 as now into the podium place. But they do have the championship leader behind them, who's currently in 4th place. So Reina will probably want to try and get past Hopeless Ferrari fan as fast as possible. Same with Gazelle. Obviously, Mr. Clapman is one of the two biggest losers who have lost 5 places. I don't know if it was a mistake of his own or Koi's, or if there was contact between Koi's. I'm not entirely sure because miles off the road, but it was like more like he lost it on his own, and also Apollo it also lost 5 places. Oh, so that's what's happened to Mac. So Mac has come into the chat and has said, controller disconnected randomly and went into the wall, lol. Now that is unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate, Mac. That just sucks. That, well and true. That just well and truly sucks if that happened. That's a decent phase 2. Keeping up with, yeah, you definitely were. Definitely able to keep up with Dylan Trainer. Safety car should theoretically be in this lap. Should be able to get underway for on lap 11. We'll start lap 12. Safety car gets. Yep, there we are. Safety car is in this lap. So Koi's will pace the grid in sector 3. Got 10 racers left in this race after the retirement after Mac's controller decided to basically die on him. That is very unlucky. So we've got Koi's currently in the lead and Apollo in last. So it looks like Koi's has bolted early. It's caught some of them off guard and definitely caught Q off guard there. So Q has struggled there to get off the line a little bit. Hopeless Ferrari fan is somehow going with them. And obviously Reina and Gazelle were caught out a little bit. NK up the inside of Mona, and Mona's a little bit wide, so Apollo says thank you very much, I will take a place too. Both the Williams up in upper place. So Koi's looking to keep about a 7/10 gap to but that gap is slowly coming down. CL fan is trying their hardest to keep up with them. And we've got Reina and Gazelle trying to keep up as well. No real gaps forming. Everyone's within. Sorry about that. Don't. Everyone's about just within a second of each other, unless you're Mona, and then seconds off the back of Apollo. And it's now a second off of Nate. But the Williams will probably do the ult switch, and Apollo will pull NK. CL fan is now dropped out of DRS of Q and Boys. He'll be under pressure from Reina, who's on much fresher hard tyres, and medium DRS has only just been enabled. We'll have to see if Reina will make the move down into turn 1, right on board with the Ferrari man. Will the championship leader will try to go down the inside, and looks like we'll get the move done. And because of the small push there, I think Gazelle's going to go around the outside of the Mercedes, and upper place goes Gazelle. So Reina, championship leader, back onto the podium, and Gazelle follow through. Next to be Mr. Clapman to pass the hopeless Ferrari fan. And and also Reina seems to have got into DRS, back into DRS of Q. But I think he's made a small mistake there and dropped a little bit. Reina's right on the back of. Obviously, Gazelle's following. CL fan is dropping back even. Nate is like all over the back of Mr. Clapman. Mr. Clapman moves over defensively there. But Nate is going to try and go for another move. Clapman off the road, side by side these two are. Clapman though later on the brakes. And who is this? NK is looking to try and get the move, trying to go past Nate there. have to see though see if Mr. Batman here will get used for us to get past T Alpha, who's now almost dropped 2 seconds off of Gazelle. But Clapman is just too far back to really make the same with everyone else behind. So top 2 still as they were. Rayner's back into the podium place and back into where they qualified. So the top 4 are just pretty much breaking away from the rest of the grid, who are pretty much following the Hopeless Ferrari fan. And we'll have to see if the Mercedes man will keep this 5th place. But I don't know, because that McLaren is looking very fast. Little bit massively wise. That just opens the door for the McLaren and the Aston Martin. Oh, and Apollo very late on the brakes, hits their teammate, gets front wing damage, and is off the road. Oh, that's unfortunate. Also, NK's got past the Ferrari fan now. So NK's up into P7. Apollo's dropped to the back of the grid again. So now Clapman will try to chase after Gazelle, catch back up. Now just the bigger question is, when are they all going to pit? Oh, Q's in. Q's in after 14 laps. Almost lost on the entrance. That's huge. And Hopeless Ferrari fans also into the pit. Apollo's also back into the pits again from wing damage. So obviously Koi's leading. Gazelle is off the road cutting some grass. That is an a V-carb in the grass, pretending to be a lawnmower. And it's dropped like a full second to Rayner. Obviously Rayner and Gazelle will have to pit again at some point. So like I said, I don't think those hard tyres will last until the end. Oh, hello, Big. I missed sleep. Well, you shouldn't have committed so many crimes then. That's all I can say. Oh, Rayner looking for a move into the lead, looking very pacey, and to have dropped Gazelle by a full second. Obviously, Gazelle's got like a full second gap to Raz. But it looks like Koi's is in. Koi's is into the pits, so that will concede the lead to championship leader Rayner. Rasmussen stays out for another lap. But they're like over a full second behind Gazelle. Oh, Nate's picked up a penalty. And it's also picked up wing damage. Nate, when did you pick up wing damage, brother? Nate has picked up 3 seconds for track limit. Can you let me back in? Sadly, you know what? I'm not going to give you an answer. And I'm also pretty sure Rayner will say no. Oh, sorry, Big G, but probably not be allowed back in. That. So I've got Nate like all over the back of the McLaren man here. Like Nate, even with that front wing damage, it doesn't seem to be struggling. It's just the end play that's missing, so... Oh, there we go. Mr. Clapman is now into the box to come off those medium tyres. Apollo picks up another 3 seconds for track limits. So Nate has just been set free. Also was in the DRS of Clapman before they pit. Obviously, even with oh god, we got removed. Q trying to go around the outside of Koi's into turn 1. Obviously, Clapman's come out the pits and is ahead of the Ferrari fan. Winning this race, I'm calling it. Bro is rapid. That's your teammate. Isn't that favoritism? But no, Q has showed a lot of pace this race. Like, even they've boxed a lap earlier than Koi's, but have come out relatively close to Koi's, even with the small screw up into the pits. Like, they had a small semi-spin. No, but he did a 14-2 in T. Oh, so how do you know? Do you have him added on your friends list or something? Must do for that. So Mac thinks Q's gonna win, and Big G thinks either Reina or maybe Gazelle for the race win. It depends, because Gazelle's 1.5 seconds off of Reina. Pretty much trying to keep up, trying to get back into the DRS. Then you got NK and Nate fighting over the last podium place. Mono's into 5th, but is slowly being caught by probably Poison Q. Obviously, Mono's on the hard tyres, and how long has they been on the hards? They've pitted they've been on those tyres 8 laps. So here you can see what everyone's tyres are like. Max is going to go for this. Fair enough. As absolutely fair and valid. There's nothing stops you doing that. Not at all. So both Reina and Gazelle have been on their hard tyres for 13 laps. Question is though, will their hard tyres last until the end? And you've got NK who pitted on end of lap 10 to the hards. What is happening in the championship, Piney? It says big cat gaze. So Reina is currently championship leader by about 13-14 points. Because second place in the championship is Koi's, who's currently in P6. As Mr. Clapman gets the fastest lap of the race, who's currently in 8th. Well, obviously Clapman has been very quick in the few races in these first few races of the season. So we'll have to see what goes on. Oh, that's huge! Oh, that's huge! Q gets 3 seconds for track limits. Oh, Anna's missing their end plate. Oh, and almost span. What? Where's their end plate gone? Have they tried to pass? Have they tried to pass Koi's and just got wing damage? Now they've dropped out of the second of Koi's. Like, oh, that's a shame for Q. They might have to come in to repair that wing. I think, luckily for him, I think the mediums probably will last until the end. So the question is, will they come out or will they stay out? The bigger question. Well, for this time they stayed out, so they'll probably try and get back up to Koi's. Obviously, we're started lap 20, so we've completed 19 laps. It's a 35 lap race, 16 to go, and still Gazelle and Reina still are first and second. 4 seconds back is NK, and then Nate is off the road again, but Nate's also got wing damage, but is on the other side compared to things. So Nate is just nursing that car home. Oh, and just small slide out of the chicane for Nate. So that just gives Mona 4th place. That is unfortunate for Nate. And also Koi's is really catching him up as well. Looks like Q is just really struggling with that front wing damage. But yeah, you definitely need a full front wing if you want to race this race. It looks like Mr. Clapman here is gonna easily get past him on the pit straight to take away that 7th place. Yes, says come on Mona, go on Mona in the chat. Boys has got into DRS but not got DRS. There we go. Rasmussen up into P7 ahead of Q. Obviously Q will try to keep with them to keep them DRS to get them to pull them along, but probably not really with the wing damage. Honestly, if I was them, I'd probably pit. G. For who? Wait. I don't know if any of these people are Hungarian. Oh, obviously. Oh. 80's actually slowed down Koi's a little bit. Oh, are they? I did not know that. Thank you, Gaz and Mac, for confirming that. I did not know they were Hungarian, so yeah. Fourth place right now is not bad. Oh, and Nate is off the road. Nate was off the road in the background, so it just gives Koi's a free place. Oh, that just makes Koi susceptible to two DRSs. And Q's managed to keep within DRS of Clapman. So Mr. Clapman will try to get past. Looks like Nate too quick. Ooh, look like they're gonna try for the move down the inside onto on the course, but a little bit wide, a little wobble, but through goes the McLaren, up into P6 goes the McLaren man. So now both Kois and Clapman will try to catch Mona, who's currently 2 seconds up the road in 4th place, and then NK is a further 7 seconds up the road, who's managing to keep within 4 seconds. Oh, 3-second time penalty for Gazelle for track limits. Not what Gazelle needed. Obviously, if you're NK, you're happy about that because now you can catch up. Sorry, KN, sorry. I keep saying NK when it's KN. Freaking hell! Read! You blithering idiot, Piney. Just read. It's KN, not NK. Can't read. I cannot read. I must be gone blind. Oh, we got yellow flags in sector 3. Who's off the road? It's Nate. Nate is off the road. Nate, brother, you got to come in. Change that wing. Seriously, come in. Change that wing. Put a fresh set of tires on. And because I'm annoyed at myself, I've missed the double overtake that Clapman and Kois got a Mona, so Mona down to P6, Kois and Clapman up to 4th and 5th respectively, and will now try to catch 8 seconds to KN, who currently sat in the last podium position, who's probably trying to catch Gazelle, who now has a 3-second time penalty to try and take second away on penalties, but we'll soon find out. Obviously, Clapman is gonna just keep up with Kois and probably get we'll go DRS flying past her V-carb. Also, Q's caught up to Mona. So obviously Q will probably try to go flying past Mona on pit straight. And Nate has somehow been caught by the Hopeless Fire Fan. But it looks like Mona's gone a little bit wide, so gone past. And if I was Nate, oh, there goes Hopeless Fire Fan up the inside of Nate for the third to last corner. I go right up back on board. Carb and the McLaren's probably gonna. Oh no, the McLaren's just too far away to try and make. Unless you try and make it into turn 2. That's what I'm rooting for. With the way this is going, I wouldn't rule Kois or Clapman out to try and win this race. Obviously, they've caught a full second onto KN, who's currently sat in 3rd, who has got within 3 seconds of Gazelle. Oh, that's massive for the Williams. Oh, sorry, just got within 3 seconds and dropped the meter back out. But that gap is slowly coming down between KN and Gazelle. So, honestly, I don't know who to root for. Because, obviously, I'm kind of rooting for Rayner, championship leader and owner of the league. Obviously, I'm kind of rooting for them for a little bit. Obviously, but I'm kind of rooting for Gazelle, because I had a good. Because when I first joined this league, I had a very good race at Monza with Gazelle over, I believe it was 5th place, because I was managing to keep up with them pretty well at Monza. And yeah, I had a great battle with them, so I'm hoping the gap between Gazelle and Rayner does come down. But the gap between Nate's 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Oh dear. But yeah, Nate is coming off those mediums. I assume they're going to slap on a new... Never mind, they're not going to slap on a brand new set of mediums. They're going to slap on a brand new set of softs. We've got yellow flags in Sector 3. Oh no, KN, what have you done? Oh, KN's had a small spin. Oh, KN's had a... Oh, that's unfortunate, KN. You were like 2 seconds... You got 2.5 seconds off Gazelle. Had a small... Oh, that's unfortunate. That's your second place thrown away. Oh, that's unfortunate. But with that small spin though, Coys and Clapman have got within now 3 seconds of them. CL Fan picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Let's see what people are like for penalties. Apollo's picked up 6. CL Fan, Q and Gazelle have picked up 3. It's also picked up 3, but it's also then picked up a following 10 for speeding in the pit lane. Naughty. Never be speeding in the pit lane. Yeah. Have to... Yeah, because the gap is only increasing. Oh, we got yellow flags and a virtual safety car. Oh, that's why. Mona has spun round, lost their wing, and I believe they were almost beached. So that's unfortunate for the Mona. Very, very unfortunate. So your guys is asking what my odds are Rasmussen. If the gap just keeps coming down between, oh god, and KN's lost a lot of time to. That was a very fast thing. Yellow flags in sector. Get off the road again. Nate picks up another 3 seconds for track limits. Gap now between first and second is now 3 full seconds. Obviously, Rainer and Gazelle's tyres are gonna pop. 22 lap old tyres. They'll be like 30 laps before the end. But I don't think they will pit again. The gap is 3 seconds and 4 seconds back is KN. And then Coys and Rasmussen are under 2 seconds of the Williams. But Williams is under threat of losing their podium place. But it depends on how fast they go. And to answer that, I'm not going to answer. Not gonna. Oh, Q picks up another 3 seconds for track limits, but it's okay. They're like 9 seconds up the road from Stelfan, who's also got 3 seconds. So I think pick up place. So, oh, the gap's within a second. Oh, KN has got Poison. Clapman got. No, I don't. Looks like the McLaren man's gonna try and go around the outside of Coys into turn 1, but doesn't look like it. Maybe they'll try and get the switch back on him. They'll have DRS coming down to the second turn, but Coys didn't get DRS on KN. So we'll have to. The gap is. Rainer's got 4 seconds now to Gazelle. Slowly being caught by KN. Gap a few laps ago was about 4.5 seconds. Gap between Gazelle and KN is now almost 3 seconds. So this Williams is somehow really caught up to Gazelle. I think Gazelle may be struggling a little bit. There is Gazelle. Obviously, then it's free fighting over the last podium place. Obviously, I assume Coys and Clapman will try and get past KN on this straight. Right on board of Coys. Coys will have the DRS open and using all the battery. It looks like Kane is using the battery to defend. Coys later on the brakes, down the inside, was a little bit deep. Oh, and there's contact between them! There was contact between them. And so now the three wide, Coys around the outside, Clapman on the inside. No space there for KN there, so KN just gets sandwiched between them. But KN was literally underneath Coys. And I might have to go back to clip that because that was a funny moment. That was kind of a funny moment. Coys literally beat inside the Williams. That was kind of funny. Yep, now Coys up into the podium place with Clapman, and now they will chase after Gazelle, who is 2.5 seconds up the road. And if KN can keep with these two who are really rapid, maybe KN will be able to get Gazelle, well, their 3-second time penalty. Gazelle's dropped 5 seconds now on Rayner. So I think Gazelle's really struggling with their tyres. They'll be somewhat like 25 lap old tyres now at this point. Yep, there you go, 25 lap old tyres. Rayner's not struggling at all. But here goes Clapman trying to go around the outside of Coys at turn 1. Still side by side they are. But Clapman will have the DRS again going down to turn 2. Still side by side these two are. Got yellow flags in the background. Oh, KN has just completely lost the back end. But let them go. Clapman up into the podium place ahead of Coys. They're only 1.5 seconds now behind Gazelle. I don't think these two will catch Rayner for the race win with pretty much 5 laps to go. But we'll have to see if they can do, because these two are pretty rapid. Obviously, if it was Coys ahead of Clapman, Gazelle will be like, sure Coys, you go ahead, you're my teammate. Obviously, if you're Coys right now, you want your teammate Gazelle to hold up this McLaren man. Just keep him behind so you can get the overtake. But they are 5.6 seconds off of Rayner, so these guys will fight over the last 2 podium places because the gap is 6 seconds up to the leader. Obviously, Clapman will want to try and get past Gazelle here. Gazelle probably trying to be using all their battery to defend. Covers the inside, but then unfortunately gets overtaken by Clapman, but then lets their teammate straight through. So Coys up into 3rd, so Gazelle drops down to 4th after letting their team through, which is probably the smart decision. Coys is fighting with Clapman over the last podium place. Clapman now into 2nd with Coys in 3rd. Coys just about a second behind. But if Rasmussen makes a small mistake, Coys will probably get back in that. It looks like Coys has made a mistake at the chicane. Now the question is, will Clapman catch pretty much 5 seconds to Rayner in about 5 laps? We're about to complete lap 31, so it'll be 4 laps. So will the McLaren man catch Rayner with 4 laps to go? As Rayner is about to cross the line to start lap 32 with lap 32 from 35. Gap is 4.3 seconds. As long as Rayner doesn't lose a second a lap, they shouldn't become under threat at all. Obviously, the gap right now is 4.2, but Clapman has really gotten away from Coys, who's now almost over 2 seconds back. But that is a shame. It looks like Coys is not going to really challenge now for the win. But so it looks like it's now between Clapman and Rayner for the race win. That gap is coming down ever so slowly each corner, each lap. The gap is now under 4 seconds. Got pretty much 4 laps to go. Obviously, if you're Rayner, you want to try and keep ahead. Because I don't think if you're Rayner, you don't have to worry about Coys anymore. Because Coys is like 2 seconds back off of Clapman. So it's now just, can you keep ahead of Clapman? Now 3.5 seconds behind Reina as we come into the second to last corner. Obviously, Clapman can now see Reina up ahead. The gap is almost seconds. Obviously, Clapman can see Reina just down the road there. As we start lap 33, 3 laps to go, and the gap is 3 seconds. This gap is getting ever closer. And we've got Q now here on the back of KN. Q will probably want to try and get past KN, but KN will get the place back because penalties. Unlike Q, who probably has a few 6 seconds to back. Apollo has 6. Elfan has 3. 60. And Gazelle has 3. My mic is. Oh. My mic isn't muted. What are you on about? Piney. It's not. I'm not muted, am I, Mac? I'm pretty sure I'm not. Because I can see on OBS, on my second monitor, that it is picking up my mic. Okay. Alright, thank you. Oh, CL fan picks up another 3 seconds for track limits. The gap on, we're on lap 34 and the gap is now just under 2 seconds. Between the McLaren and the Ferrari. Just got 2 laps to go. It's only 16 seconds because he got 10 seconds for speeding in the pits, Mac. Nate got 10 for speeding in the pit lane, so that's why he got so many. Yeah. So the gap is now 1.4. So if Clapman can get within a second before the end of the lap, they'll have this one chance on as they start lap 35 to get the move done into turn 1. But if they don't get it within a second as they come into the last couple of corners, this is surely Reina's race to win. The gap is 1.1, 1.0. Can Raz Clapman get in with the 1 second before the detection point, which is coming up at this next corner? The corner looks like he got DRS 0.9. Now will that flap open? Yes, it does. The flap is open. Clapman will trying to catch Reina as we come down to turn 1, but it's just too far back. Even if they're late on the brakes, they will get another chance right here as we go down into turn 2. But it looks like Reina's just too far under the head again. Gonna keep on board them. I don't think there's any other chance really for Clapman to get past Reina. Obviously he's right on the back of Reina. The Ferrari man trying not to pick up a penalty, because if they pick up a 3 seconds, it just gifts them the win. The only real other place I guess. Oh, a big mistake from Clapman! Big mistake from Clapman in the round! Oh no, Clapman's just thrown away this race win! Oh no! That is huge disappointment for Clapman. The mistake at the chicane has literally thrown this race away from them. Oh, that is unfortunate. And they've just picked up 3 seconds to boot. Oh, that's sad. So we're going to go on board with Reina as they come around the final corner. Reina to pick up the second win of the season and to extend their championship lead over Coys, who gets P2 in the end. Only 2 seconds off the road. And Clapman, oh, so unfortunate for the Clapman. Last lap drama. They will still pick up the last step of the podium. Gazelle will then cross line in P4. Q did get past KN for 5th, but because of penalties, they will drop back behind the Williams. The Williams will pick up P5. And then Apollo will come across the line P7. CL fan, who is Hopeless Ferrari fan on Discord, will get P6, P8. And then Nathan Mona will pick up the last 2 points. Coy's just come into the chat saying, well, that was a very eventful race. It was. Because Clapman This race win could have been theirs. The only real last overtaking place I could have seen was on the last straight after the twisty section. So that is very unfortunate for them. That is very, very unlucky for Clapman. Very, very unlucky. But they will still stand on the podium with Coys. They get driver of the day. Hang on, how did they get driver of the day? They started on pole and finished third. If anything, Reina should get driver of the day because they started third and won. And Coy's asking in chat, did they spin on their own? Yes, they did. So as they were coming into the chicane, they were about 2/10 behind Reina. And I think they got a little bit wide because they started spinning before the chicane. And then after the chicane, they span again, like did a full 360 out of the chicane. So that was very unfortunate for Clapman. No, we didn't. No, we didn't, Big Geese. No, we did not, because he did not hit Reina. So there you have it. Reina will pick up their, I'm pretty sure it's their second win of this season to extend their championship lead over Coys, who picks up P2. Clapman will finish third, getting the podium, and will claim 1 extra point for fastest lap. Cell was 4th, KN 5th, Q was 6th. If Q didn't pick up the damage, they could have keeping up with thing. Yeah, but there you go. There you have it. We're 10 finishing. Mac and Isaac race. Unlucky for them. I'm now just gonna go have a look at the race calendar. See what race we got next week. So unfortunately, we are at Belgium next weekend. Unfortunately, I am away on that date. I will also let Reina know that I'm away for the Tier 1 race next week at Belgium. So obviously I'm away. I'm going to be going on for a small weekend away with my parents. So I will not be on race. So hopefully Reina can remind them. But obviously tomorrow will be the Tier 2 race for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So I hope you all come back around for that. But for the time being, I'll see you around and catch you for the video.